Yo, what's up guys, it is Seahawks area back with another video. Today's my week 15 NFL recap. Every game is over. We're doing this like an hour after every game is over. And of course, I'm doing it on my phone once again because my goddamn computer is taking forever to update and I'm getting impatient and I don't want to do this Tuesday morning. I want to sleep in. But to start, we got one of the worst Thursday night games ever. It's very up there with the Colts-Broncos from 2022, if anyone remembers that horrible game. 12-6, the Rams win against the Niners. The one time I wanted the Niners to win, they did that. Stafford did nothing. I mean, this whole game was just like raining, so it was really hard for teams to do like anything. Not even a touchdown was scored. Kyren Williams, 29 for 108. I mean, Puka, he had himself a pretty good game with the weather conditions. No fumbles, 9 tackles, and a sack for Roseboom. Kobe Turner with 2. Darius Williams with an interception. 12 points came from Cardi. And 6 punts for 325 yards for Ethan Evans. And now Brock Purdy. One pick, one really stupid pick. You would have thought the Rams player scored a touchdown with how open it was for him. God damn. Purdy played horrible. There's Garendo guy. He played through an injury and didn't look like he did the worst. George Kittle with 61 yards, and Deebo Samuel said, oh, I'm not struggling. I'm just not getting the ball. The one time they threw it to him, he dropped it in a wide open position. I'm pretty sure you are struggling, pal. No fumbles. 15 tackles for Warner. They didn't get one sack. Not one sack. But I'm sure everyone knows, if they aren't living under a rock, about the Devondre Campbell situation. That dude's an absolute douchebag. Ricky Pearsall got shot in the chest. He's playing football. Travarius Ward lost his 1-year-old daughter. He's playing. Trent Williams lost his son and is trying to come back from an ankle injury. Dre Greenlaw just came back from an injury. But this dude wants to not play because his large ego is hurt that he won't start anymore. What a dick. What an absolute dick. I hope he never plays another snap in the NFL. No picks, 6 points for Moody, and 7 points for O'Donnell. Alright, now this game, I would hope everyone would have picked this game right. This was an absolute blowout. Lamar, 4 incompletions, 5 touchdowns. Yeah. 290 yards, 65 rushing yards. Derrick Henry didn't score, which was weird. Bateman, have yourself a day, though. He had a really good, 40-something yard touchdown. Justice Hill got a touchdown. Mark Andrews, Devontae Walker got a touchdown. I remember when people, including myself, thought Mark Andrews was washed. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think he is. Lamar did lose a fumble, 8 tackles for Harrison with a sack for Van Noy, a sack for Ajabo, a pick for Adarius Washington, 5 points for Tucker. He didn't miss anything for once, so that's wild. And 2 points for Stout. Now the Giants, Tommy DeVito started, got concussed, so they brought in Tim Boyle, and he scored a touchdown. His 5th career passing touchdown in the NFL. Congrats. Devin Single McCringleberry got a touchdown. Malik Neighbors, 10 for 82 and a touchdown. Dory Jackson picked up a fumble. Dane Belton and Micah McFadden with 10-plus tackles with sacks as well. Brian Burns with the sack. No picks. 2 points for Gano, 3 points for Gillen, and another fan flew a plane over the stadium with a message for their owner. It's actually kind of funny. Of course, the Jets actually look good when their season doesn't matter anymore. 32-25 in the mid-bowl, or the garbage bowl. I don't even know what you call this. Aaron Rodgers, probably his best game as a Jet. Breece Hall got a touchdown. Devontae had 42 fantasy points. Garrett Wilson got a touchdown. No fumbles of any sort. Sherwood with 9 tackles, a sack for Solomon Thomas, a sack for Kinlaw. 2 people trying to resurrect their careers getting sacks. Nice. Jalen Mills with the pick and Sauce Gardner with the game-clinching interception. That's cool. 6 points for Carlson, 3 points for Morstead, now the Jags, Mac Jones. Don't look like he did the worst, but he couldn't win, which I don't think that's really a bad thing for the Jags right now. Get Travis Hunter or something, I don't know. His rushing in total looked pretty good. Etienne 65, Bigsby 42. Brian Thomas, he's the best rookie wide receiver, probably. It's between him and Malik. Brenton Strange, I don't know who that is. 11 catches for 73 yards on 12 targets. Cool, yeah. Bigsby fumbled and Morse picked it back up. 6 tackles for Campbell. A sack for Ledbetter. No picks. 13 points for Cam Little and 2 points for Logan Cook. The one time we all wanted the Panthers to win, and they get blown out by Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, probably his greatest game he'll ever play. Rico Dowdle had a great game. CeeDee Lamb had a great game. Brooks and Tolbert got touchdowns on their only catches of the game. 2 fumbles for Cooper Rush, though, and he lost one. Wilson, Kendricks, and Maurice with 5 tackles. A sack for Golston. 2 for Parsons. 1 for Osa. 1 for Jordan Lewis. 1 for Carl Lawson. 6 total sacks. 2 interceptions. Holy defense, Dallas. Where was this all year, huh? 12 points for Aubrey, almost more points than the Panthers' offense, and 2 points for Anger. Now the Panthers, Bryce Young looked like he teetered off, I guess. Bryce Young, he did have a rushing touchdown. His rushing was horrible, though. Coker, 110 and a touchdown. That 83-yard touchdown, it looked like some backyard football type crap for some reason. Bryce Young lost 2 fumbles. Jewell with 10 tackles and 1 sack for J.C. Horn. No picks. 2 points for Pinheiro and 4 points for Hecker. The Commanders barely beat the Saints. Saints almost got that 2-pointer on the last second, but they didn't. Daniels had another great game, 226, 2 touchdowns. Also led the team with 66 rushing yards on 11 carries. Robinson was 65 on 21 carries. Terry McLaurin had this just whack touchdown catch. It was awesome. He got the only 2 touchdowns for the Commanders' offense. And then, Daniels fumbled. 7 tackles for Chin and a sack. Armstrong with the sack. Payne with the sack. A pick for Sanistrill. 8 points for Greg Joseph. I didn't even know he was on the team. And 3 points for Tress Way. And now the Saints, Jake Haener got the start, and he sucked wiener. Spencer Rattler came in, had the game almost tying, winning touchdown. Cedric Wilson even threw a touchdown. That's how untrustworthy Haener was, I guess. The rushing was horrible. Alvin Kamara, what the hell was this? Scantling led the team in receiving again with 64 yards. A receiving touchdown for Kamara, though. I'm pretty sure it came from Wilson. Moreau with the other touchdown. 14 tackles for Davis with a sack. A sack for Uguamadi. What the hell is up with this guy in the last 3 weeks, dude? 2 sacks for Jordan, 1 for Granderson, 2 for Chase Young, 1 for Willie Gay. 8 sacks, and you still lost. Wow. No interceptions, 7 points for Gruppe, and 4 points for Hayball. This game had 10 total turnovers, I'm pretty sure. That's actually insane, dude. Burrow, 2 horrible interceptions, but 271, 3 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown. Jamar had a great game. T. Higgins had a great game and a touchdown. Chase Brown had a touchdown. Sam Hubbard had a touchdown. Yeah. Burrow lost a fumble, so did Battle. Davis Gaither with 12 tackles. Battle with 10 tackles. And he could have got a touchdown, but he dropped the damn ball before crossing the plane. How are players still doing this in 2024? Hang on to the football until you're all the way in the end zone. It's not that hard. B.J. Hill with a sack. Geno Stone, Cam Taylor-Britt, John Snooten, Mike Hilton with interceptions. Geno Stone got the interception for a touchdown. 7 points for Cade York. 1 punt for Rec out now the Titans. Will Levis played like to be fair, 1 true incompletion. The rest were interceptions. So Mason Rudolph came in. I'm pretty sure he did this in the 4th quarter. I don't know. I kind of tuned out of this game after he got benched. So I don't even really remember. Pollard with a touchdown. Spears with a touchdown. Spears led the team with 87 yards and another touchdown. Josh Weil with a touchdown. Pollard and Levis lost fumbles. T'Vondre Sweat just had an amazing fumble recovery, and he was rolling down that sideline. I like to see that stuff. James Williams and Luke Gifford with 8 tackles. 1 sack for Landry. 2 picks, 1 for Worley and Gifford. 3 punts for Folk and 1 punt for Stonehouse. All right, the Chiefs win 21-7, but Mahomes is week to week with an ankle injury. And I don't know if it's me, but it seems like every year that same ankle gets injured on Mahomes. I'm not like trying to make fun of him. I'm just like so curious, like how every year the same ankle. That's just weird. 159, 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt and Pacheco they literally split the carries, and Xavier Worthy got a rushing touchdown and led the team with 46 yards. DeAndre Hopkins 5 for 36, and he mooned the camera. A touchdown for Noah Gray and Juju. These 2 recovered fumbles. 6 tackles for Christian Roland Wallace. Half a sack for Bolton and Tranquil. A sack for Wharton. 2 for Karlaftis. 1 for Charles. Jaden Hicks, my boy, with an interception. 3 others came from Cook, Bolton, and McDuffie. It was, it's Jameis Winston for you. 3 points for Butker. Welcome back. Oh my God. 9 punts for Matt Araiza for almost 400 yards. Wow, man. Now the Browns, Jameis Winston. Yep, that ain't surprising. He does this every other game. And then Robinson came in and did nothing, of course, because he's absolutely garbage. Jerome Ford got the only touchdown on a 3rd and 23, I think. Nick Chubb broke his ankle. He's done for the season. I think he honestly should retire. I don't think he's ever played a full season, and it's sad. But he might just have to retire. His legs are just getting destroyed. Jerry Jeudy had another great game, and I'm pretty sure he got to 1,000 yards for the first time in his career. I don't know if it's the first time, but I know he got to 1,000. Chubb and Prochet lost fumbles. Prochet fumbled a punt early in the game. You would have thought it was Kadarius Toney, but it wasn't. Jordan Hicks, Grant Delpit, 9 tackles each. No sacks, no picks. No wonder you lost. 1 point for Patterson and 6 punts for Corey. It amazes me how horrible Tua is sometimes. Dude got his lunch money stolen by Devin Singletary, and so did Tyreek Hill. Tua played like absolute horse manure, and he threw a hospital pass and got one of his receivers into the hospital. Good job, Tua. By the way, I hope that guy's alright. That was scary to see. Achane with 41 yards. Malik Washington led the team with 52 yards. Johnny Smith, another touchdown. What else is new? Heck yeah, man. Tua lost a fumble, so 4 total turnovers for his dumbass. Nice. Jordan Brooks with 8 tackles, a sack for Walker, 1.5 sacks for Zyler and Robinson, totaling out at 4 sacks, no picks. 6 points for Sanders, 3 punts for Bailey. CJ Stroud for the Texans didn't even pass for 135 yards. Had 2 touchdowns. They got the win. The rushing was, I guess. I mean, the leading rusher was Dare Ogunbowale with 1 for 35. Mixon did lead the team in receiving with 33 yards. 2 touchdowns came for Nico Collins at 4 catches for 17. Stroud lost a fumble, 12-0 with 11 tackles and half a sack and a half for Hunter. A sack for Will Anderson, of course. Singletary and Bullock got interceptions. Bullock had a 68-yard return, and Singletary owned Tyreek Hill all game long, it looked like. 8 points for Fairbairn and 5 points for Townsend. The Colts are officially eliminated from playoff contention. Good job. They looked like they might have won for a while, but then just the second half came and the Broncos just started kicking the shit out of you guys. Richardson did nothing once again. He is not good. I don't know I have to always say this, but I just have to remind you all, he sucks ass. Besides a rushing touchdown, Jonathan Taylor, same with Jordan Battle, except why, Taylor, you should know not to do this. The end zone is not new to you. Why are you doing that? Like, these players should be fined by their teams for dumb shit like that. You're over your team when you do that. I'm done talking about it. Pittman finally had a goodish game, I guess, though. 58 yards. All these people lost fumbles. Yeah, Mitchell, they tried to do a some sort of trick pass where it ended up into Mitchell's hands, and then he threw it right to Benito, and Benito took it for a touchdown. Nice. 13 tackles for speed, 1 sack for Butker, who the hell was it? Buckner. Nick Cross, Zaire Franklin, and Womack with interceptions. 7 points for Matt Gay, 5 points for Sanchez. Now the Broncos, Bo Nix, 130 yards and they win by 18. I don't get it. Their defense though. But Bo Nix did have 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. The touchdowns came from Sutton, Trotman, and Atkins. These 2 recovered fumbles, 9 tackles for Jones and Strand, half a sack for Benito, a sack for Tillman, half a sack for JFM, and a pick for Surtain and Brandon Jones, 7 points for Will Lutz, and 6 points for Riley Dixon. The Cardinals actually looked good for once. 30-17 against the Patriots. Drake May, a touchdown, a pick, 202 yards. And he got a rushing touchdown, of course. 69 nice yards for Ramondre. The touchdown came from Demario Douglas. Three people fumbled. 10 tackles for Duggar. And no sacks, no picks. No wonder you lost. 5 points for Sly and 2 points for Behringer. Now the Cardinals. Kyler Murray had a great game. He just didn't have any touchdowns. Cool. It was the James Conner show, though. 16, 110, 2 touchdowns. Oh, look, DJ Dallas actually did some. Weird. I bet you got my Instagram account banned, you dick. 87 yards for McBride. A fumble for Frohold and Dortch. 10 tackles plus each for Buda Baker and Kazir White. A sack for Darius Robinson. A sack for Baron Browning. A pick for Sean Murphy Bunting, 12 points for Chad Ryland, and 2 points for Pilardi. This was the game of the year. It did not disappoint. Wow. This was a great game. The Bills beat the Lions, give them their second loss, 48-42. This game looked like the Bills were just going to kick the shit out of the Lions for 3 straight hours, but the Lions kept coming back to make it interesting. Josh Allen, another great game from him. 4 total touchdowns, 2 through the air, 2 on the ground, over 400 total yards for him rushing and passing. James Cook, his last name is what he did in this game. Ty Johnson, a third-string running back, I think, led the team in receiving. Shakir and Ray Davis got the receiving touchdowns. Matt Milano recovered a fumble. Bernard with 10 tackles, a sack for Benford, a sack for Oliver, a sack for Rasu. No picks. 12 points for Tyler Bass, 1 punt for Martin, and Jared Goff. Jared Goff, if I showed you the 2 quarterback stat lines side to side and didn't tell you anything about this game, I'm pretty sure everyone would have guessed that the Lions won, but no. Jared Goff played his off, though. I will not discredit that. Jared Goff is a great quarterback. Almost 500 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs had a touchdown. David Montgomery, unfortunately, is out for the season with a torn PCL, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. St. Brown, Sam Laporta, amazing games. St. Brown got a receiving touchdown, so did Gibbs, Jameson Williams, and Tim Patrick. And even Dan Skipper, my boy. St. Brown lost a fumble, 15 tackles for Branch, 11 for Campbell. No sacks, no picks, no defenses in this game in general. 6 points for Jake Bates and 3 points for Jack Fox. Wow. That's all I gotta say about this one. Just wow. Let Baker bake some cookies or something. Jeez, dude. 4 touchdowns, a pick. Just destruction. What happened, Chargers? You just kind of laid over and died. Bucky Irving. I wish he would have this whole backfield to himself. He is so good at his job. Mike Evans, he still has it. Still got it. He can still possibly get the 1,000 yards. I think he's like 300 something away. Anything's possible in these last 3 games, Mike Evans. I believe in you. McMillan with a touchdown. Rachaad White with a receiving touchdown, but he also lost a fumble, so good job. 12 tackles for Lavonte David with 1.5 sacks. 1.5 sacks for Logan Hall. A pick for Jamel Dean. 16 points for their kicker, and they did not punt. And now Justin Herbert. He still played a pretty good game outside of a pick. This rushing was garbage. Ladd McConkey had a touchdown, and so did Quentin Johnston. I am shocked. He actually caught a ball. Stone Smart lost a fumble. That ain't pretty smart of you now, is it? 9 tackles for Molden, Dye, and Henley, my boy. Troy Dye with a sack. Tarheeb still with an interception. 5 points for Dicker and 3 points for Scott. I don't get how they labeled this as America's Game of the Week over the Lions-Bills game, but hey, whatever. Russ did not play his best game, I'll tell you that. They got shut out in the second half. It's just, his rushing was bad. But Freiermuth got a nice touchdown catch, so that's good. Wilson lost a fumble. 11 tackles for Queen, a sack for Highsmith, 2 for TJ Watt, and I'm pretty sure he's injured, so that sucks. No picks. 7 points for Boswell, 5 points for Waitman. Jalen Hurts had himself a great game. He had a rushing touchdown, which was probably a tush-push. Saquon had a nice game. A.J. Brown had a great game after some comments last week in the media. Devontae Smith had a great game, both scoring touchdowns, of course. Jalen Hurts and Cooper DeJean lost fumbles. 10 tackles for Dean. A sack for Nolan Smith. A sack for Josh Sweat. No picks. 9 points for Elliott and 1 punt for Mann. And the Eagles and Lions are fighting for the number 1 seed in the NFC. They're both 12-2, but for now, the Lions still have the top seed. I hate Sam Howell so much. Jordan Love cooked our defense. Josh Jacobs, it just seemed like he had more than 94 yards and 42 receiving yards. The way he was just bending our defense over. It was... That first drive, I knew we were done for. I don't know why. I thought we would have won this game, to be honest. Josh Jacobs just owns the Seahawks. Romeo Doubs had a great touchdown towards the end of the game. He had 2 touchdowns on the day. I think this was his 3rd career game with 2 touchdowns, so that's good for him. Jacobs did lose a fumble because Ernest Jones is the best. 7 tackles for Edgerrin Cooper and a sack. 2 for Kingsley. 1 for Gary, 1 for Cox, 1 for Wyatt, 1 for Brooks. 7 sacks. Edgerrin Cooper with an interception. Carrington Valentine with an interception. Dude, Gino, what the hell was that end zone interception, dude? Stop that, please, bro. 12 points for McManus. He almost had more points than the Seahawks. 4 points for Whelan. Geno Smith got injured. He might actually be able to play this week, though, against the Vikings. And Sam Howell, you suck. To all the people that wanted Sam Howell to play, I hope you got what you wanted, because this guy sucks. Charbonnet with 54 yards and a touchdown. This rushing game was just pitiful. Jackson was 6 yards away from 1,000. Sam, you couldn't get him 6 more yards, you douchebag. Come on. Julian Love recovered a fumble. Ernest Jones with 9 tackles. Hey, look, we didn't get 1 sack or a pick. What the else is new? 7 points for Myers, 6 points for Dixon. The 12th man is just no longer a thing, I guess. Our home field advantage is completely gone, I guess, now. So that's just effing awesome. Just screw this, man. Alright, and now for the Monday games. The Vikings beat the shit out of the Bears. That's not surprising. Caleb Williams had a horrible day. Not on him, though. Like, just his receivers couldn't catch. Keenan Allen had 1 good catch in the beginning of the game and then just dropped, like, everything after that. DeAndre Swift, he had a touchdown, but it got taken back for the most Bears thing ever. They had a lineman at fullback, but he didn't report eligible when he was at an eligible position. Tell me any other team that's doing that besides the Bears, because I don't think any team is. Keenan Allen did get a touchdown on 4th and 10, so okay. Williams lost a fumble. He also juked midair for some reason. TJ Edwards for 8 tackles and a sack. A sack for Chris Williams. A pick for Tyreek Stevenson that Sam Darnold threw into triple coverage, I'm pretty sure. So, okay. 6 points for Santos. 3 points for Taylor. Sam Darnold, besides that pick, he had a pretty good game. He had a touchdown. Aaron Jones and Cam Akers got touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had a touchdown. He also dropped a horrible pass that he shouldn't have dropped. But they won, so I don't think he really cares. I mean, he probably does, but fumble recovery for Cashman. 10 tackles for Medalist. A sack for Grenard. A sack for Dallas Turner. No picks. 12 points for Reichard. The same amount of points scored as the Bears. That's funny. And 2 points for Ryan Wright. And now for whatever the hell this was. Can the Falcons just give Penix a chance? Like, dude, what the hell is this, Kirk? You did nothing. Your rushing game carried your ass today. Drake London had a nice touchdown, though. Kirk fumbled. Caden Ellis with 11 tackles and a sack. A sack for Harrison. 2 for Malone. Simmons and Bates with interceptions. One of them, Desmond Ridder, how are you an NFL quarterback? That second pick you threw, what the hell was that? Like, that was not even close to Jacoby Myers. 7 points for Koo, 6 points for Pinion. Now the Raiders, Desmond Ridder's revenge game was not even close to good. He sucks. But he did lead his team in rushing because the Raiders have no rushing game. Myers with 59 yards. Amir Abdullah with a touchdown reception. In 2024. That's hilarious. Madison lost a fumble and got injured. Polomeo with 9 tackles, a sack for Butler, a sack for Lelou, a sack for Tyree Wilson. I mean, it's nice to see they can still get a sack once in a while, even without Max Crosby. My boy Robert Spillane with an interception. My boy, let's go. 3 points for Carlson and 4 points for AJ Cole. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!